Welcome in. Today, this one is just really simple. This is on something that I like to call box breathing. And box breathing is something that's really helpful if you're experiencing some anxiety, even with certain experiences with depression. It's just a very simple relaxation technique that kind of helps get you out of what's called flood stage. So, flood stage is defined as kind of your body's fight or flight response. So, the example that I often give is that if suddenly, we're sitting in here together and there's a big fat rattlesnake that falls down out of the ceiling tiles and onto the table and coils up in a strike position, you and I might have a little bit of a response to that. And what we are going to do is we're going to find that our body responds. Our body has a system that kicks into place that's really God has designed us to be able to have this system kick in so that we can deal with a threat that comes up. So with flooding, our body's heart rate increases, our breathing picks up, the adrenaline begins to flow. Really, our body braces to deal with the rattlesnake, right? So what may happen with that is that we may decide it's time to run. So there may be a couple of body prints that go through the wall there to get away from the snake. Or it could be that we want to fight, that we pick up something to try to kill the snake. Or it may be that we just get really, really still, and yet our body is still braced for something like that. With anxiety and even anger, there are times that we go into this fight or flight response because there is a perceived threat. The threat may be real, such as an argument with your partner or with a friend, or it may be something that's you're really not even able to put your finger on, but yet you find that your body is in this hyper aroused state and it's ready for something, but you can't identify what the threat even is. So before we get control of our emotions, the thing that we want to aim to do first is to get control of our bodies, right? So we want to check and see what our heart rate is and make an attempt to get that down. Now, having said that, it's also important to know what your baseline heart rate is. So sitting here right now, my heart rate's in the 70s, and I know that what's normal for me after I've had a chance to just kind of sit and be at rest, I'm down in the low 60s. That's my normal resting heart rate. But yours is going to be different from that. So know what your normal resting heart rate is, and that way you can better assess whether you're in flood stage or not. So flood stage, diffuse physiological arousal, is going to be something that's 17 to 20 beats a minute above what's normal. And when you're there, just understand that your brain is offline. You're not thinking very well. You're probably not going to listen to what anybody is saying to you. You're also probably not going to be able to say something that makes any sense later. It may make sense right now, but later on it's not going to make a bit of sense. So the goal is to get your body calmed down, right? And if you can calm your body down, then the emotions are going to follow with that. Now, the thing that I know that I could do is I could probably induce you into a panic attack. And if you want to try this, you can, but wouldn't suggest it. But if we took 30 seconds, for example, 60 at the most, and just started breathing really hard, really fast. Okay, really hard, really fast. 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. So if you begin to do that, the thing that you would find quickly is that your emotional state is starting to get a little bit panicked because your body is somewhat in crisis. Now, here's the thing that we know. If we can do that intentionally to get you there, then we can also be intentional about taking your body in the opposite direction to a state of being more calmed. So just as breathing hard, breathing fast induces a state of hyperarousal in your whole body system, then slowing your breathing down is going to do just the opposite of that. So the thing that I want to invite you to do is something called box breathing. Now, to be honest, any type of deep breathing is going to be helpful, because if I gave you 200 different ways of relaxation techniques, all of them would involve some form of deep breathing. So to begin to have a system for this, it's called box breathing. Now, I would invite you to do this and practice this on a regular basis. Practice this maybe every single morning when you first wake up, or every evening, when you settle down, or right at bedtime. Just so that you get in the habit of doing this, and there's some muscle memory perhaps that goes along with box breathing. So all box breathing is, and this is actually a Navy SEAL thing. Mark Devine is who I learned this from. He's a kind of a Navy SEAL fitness instructor, fitness guru. But this is something that he says that they learn early in their SEALs training, their BUDS training, that helps them to focus on the mission that's in front of them, to calm themselves down, really as they're about to go into a very high risk, perhaps even life-threatening kind of situation. So box breathing is very simple. It's just taking a deep breath in, holding it, and then taking a slow breath in the exhale, and then holding it after the exhale, and then repeating that 3 times. So the reason it's called box breathing is that you're going to take it 4 seconds on the inhale. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling that whole time. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding it. And then 4 seconds on the exhale. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the exhale, and hold it 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you repeat that 3 additional times, making a total of 4 times. So 4 seconds on the inhale, hold it 4 seconds. 4 seconds on the exhale, hold it 4 seconds. Repeat that a total of 4 times, right? Okay, so that is box breathing. And to practice this once a day is a good place to start. And then if you are anticipating you're about to enter into something that's anxiety producing, or if you feel that there is a panic attack that's beginning to start, then beginning with box breathing is a good way to get control of your body before it gets control of you. So try this out and see how it works. All right, thanks.